About 2 weeks after I had a talk with a representative from E2I, I got a call from FindSGJobs, and they'd asked me to come over for an interview with a company that might be interested in me. That was an IT job, and when I went there, the representative from FindSGJobs talked to me to find out whether to give me an idea as to what the company was looking for and whether I would be comfortable with the kind of job that I'm looking at. When I attended the first one, they had actually talked to me a little bit to find out what areas of industry I was interested in, because even though I'd already expressed my interest in certain areas of industry, she had asked me just to make sure that I knew whether I really wanted to continue on that or expand my criteria. I appreciated SG Jobs because I felt I was making progress. One of the biggest problems was trying to get an interview, because if you don't get an interview, you don't get a chance to speak to the employer to show them what you're capable of. The other thing is SG Jobs FindSG Jobs provided that little bridge between myself and the employer, because they knew what I wanted to get or find in a job, and they were able to talk to the employers to find out what they were actually looking for employees. And in that moment, they had talked to me and explained to me what the criteria of the employers were, so that when I have that interview, I will then be a little bit more focused in going through that interview. Many times when I go to blind interviews, I tend to be very nervous, not knowing what I should say or how much I should say to get the employer to understand how I could contribute to the company. This way, during my first interview with SG Jobs, I actually did get a job offer. However, I didn't want to go for the job because it was a desk job. I really wanted to get a job that allowed me to be more physically active, and so I politely declined. And the representatives at FindSG Jobs were very happy to say yes, they will focus on the areas that I would rather work in. There was another opportunity I had with this company I'm working with, and just before the interview, the representative from FindSG Jobs explained to me what they were looking for and how I could contribute and what I could say to help contribute to my skills and effort. FindSG Jobs actually told me to go to the company, go to the restaurant, this restaurant I'm working at, to have a look at the restaurant and have a feel for it and see whether I would really like working there. Most of the time when I'm trying to go for job interviews, I am more or less caught blindsided as to wondering what kind of place I'm working at. And they were very, very encouraging in telling me to go to the restaurant, have a look at the restaurant, and then decide on my own whether I would like working at that restaurant. That was a great help, because during the interview itself, I did tell the employer, my potential employer, that I had gone to the restaurant and looked at it, and I liked the way the people worked in that restaurant. That was very encouraging to the employer, and that also made me feel confident that I might actually get this job. So as much as I can say, I like FindSG Jobs because they were a bridge between myself and the employer. They're neutral in the sense that they will find out what the employer wants, and they were also there to find out what I would look for in a job.